All right, welcome back to the Mighty Misfit Menagerie, or...
Yes.
I'm going to blame
you
it
never
on
get a
Tuesday.
good one.
I was going to say, I'm going to blame that one on Tuesday, because we're recording on a Tuesday instead of a Monday. But we're going to do about 2 hours of World of Darkness, and this is going to be on YouTube, so I don't need to say the rest of it. But welcome back. Our intrepid monsters, last episode, they had attended a fancy dinner party. Well, at least Ruby and Solomon had attended a fancy dinner party that in the midst of Ruby about to rip a bunch of vampires in half for having human slaves, a bunch of other creatures showed up and ripped a bunch of people in half, which predicated a panic response from everyone involved, and Owen, Jack, and Dell all kind of ran to the rescue, only to arrive a little late to the party, but everyone got out okay, made it back to the apartment, and we're kind of like decompressing about everything when a mysterious visitor showed up at the door. Also, keep in mind, Solomon, you still have that lethal damage, because that's going to take several days to heal.
I have lethal? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Just
I
a
can
reminder
get some Aether as
that
well.
you are injured.
Yep.
Anyway, so any questions about last session before we dive right in?
Can I have a late aspiration edition?
Yeah, sure.
I realize that I need to get some more Aether as well. So I need to find a piece of
infrastructure.
Thank you.
Excuse me for yawning, everyone.
Never.
All right. So I have that added to your aspiration list. For viewers who may not know, aspirations are a way for the characters to set goals for their players. As players, they set goals for the session, which then lead to beats. So we don't really usually do beats on camera, but it is something we do off camera. So that's a little bit of a peek at that process.
Leveling up.
Well, I mean, there's no real levels in Chronicles.
As closely as we can.
XP.
But yeah, so we'll just go. I believe, Solomon, you had opened the door.
Yep.
The last line Ben Affleck said was, I believe we need to talk.
Oh my God, Solomon.
Are you Ben Affleck?
A common misconception. I am not the Ben Affleck that you are familiar with. No.
But you are Ben Affleck, is what that statement says to me.
It's complicated. I can explain it in detail if you're going to obsess over it, but it is not by far the most important thing we need to discuss.
Mr. It's complicated. I guess, do you want to come inside?
Yes, I would much prefer that to staying in the hallway.
Let him in.
He kind of walks in and kind of like assesses the space for a moment, seems to come to the realization that it's too big on the inside, and then dismisses it, all going across his face at once.
Yeah.
Everybody blinks, and I am suddenly not in the place I was, but I'm suddenly right next to Ben Affleck, smelling him. What does he smell like?
What does it like?
He smells like Ben Affleck, but also slightly of Hank.
Interesting.
Hello. I am not acquainted with you, but am used to this treatment. I'm Benjamin, and he like puts his hand out for you to shake.
I'm Ruby.
You were in attendance at the massacre at the Shed Aquarium, correct?
Yeah.
I need all of the details of that encounter for an ongoing investigation. If they could be provided in a written form, that would be great. I'm terrible at note-taking.
I
I'm
can
sorry.
take notes.
What?
I need all of the details of the Shed Aquarium massacre.
You don't have to repeat it. I'm asked. It's.
And who are you other than fake Ben Affleck?
I am an inquisitor for the Concilium. Is this a magical space of some kind?
Only on some nights.
Yourself?
No.
The matrices are quite complex. You must give me the realtor who found this place for you.
We just kind of found it.
You should speak to the front desk.
Might do that before I leave. Anyway, the notes on the massacre?
I guess I'll talk to Jack, and Jack can write them down.
Right. Pull a notepad.
Also, is it not customary to offer guest drinks in your culture? I'm just curious.
I'm sorry. Would you like a drink, Ben Affleck?
Benjamin, but yes, I would.
I would love to make Ben Affleck a drink. What can I get you, man?
Whatever you think is appropriate to the situation based on the information you're about to give me.
I will pull a stenographer's pad out of my jacket. Shorthand, all right.
No, as detailed as possible, please.
Player bartending going on.
That's the point of shorthand, though, Benjamin.
I don't understand how shorthand works.
Longhand's fine.
Okay. I
if
guess
you
I'll...
could give me an oral account so I can compare it to the notes later, that would also be helpful. Do you mind if I record?
Oh, good Lord. Sure, whatever. Go for it.
He puts one of those like little interview with a vampire kind of recorders down on the counter and presses record as he continues to move around the space.
Good God.
I think that became a deep cut by 2020.
So I guess I just start talking about what happened.
Are you not gonna tell me what happened?
We're gonna go. Okay. All right. Cool. So I got a letter to go to the Shed Aquarium. Hermes brought it.
Who was who sent you the letter?
The Prince guy. Can't remember his name.
Maxwell.
So Maxwell invited us. We went to the party, showed up. He talked to us for a little bit. Oh, God. Do I tell him about the job or not? He discussed a possible job that we weren't sure about, and then talked to Ruby for a while, and then asked us to go enjoy the party, and then these blender monster things showed up.
Blender monster things. Could you be more specific?
Yeah, can I be more specific?
Black snot?
Yeah.
I'm like shaking it up, and then I hand Benjamin a Cosmopolitan.
They were sensitive to Fey water.
To Fey water?
Water from the Fey.
I was not aware that you were a Canthus. My notes say that you were...
I'm not.
Mastigos.
But it was present at the event.
Interesting. So you're saying the Fey water affected them adversely, or?
Yes.
As in just contact with it seemed to damage them, or it was a weakness of sorts?
I looked at Owen.
It appears mere contact with fey magic seemed to be detrimental to them.
Oh, Dr. Blackthorn. I thoroughly enjoyed your paper on interfamilial relationships of missing children.
I am at a bit of a disadvantage. Perhaps I could know your true identity.
My name is Benjamin. I choose not to use the surname that was given to me as it just leads to further confusion.
Is it Affleck?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it appears that when introduced to a substance from or touching the Fae, these blender monsters, as my brother spoke of, had an adverse effect, including them disintegrating.
A werewolf contact of mine said likened the creatures to a kind of hunger spirit that has been corrupted by the far. So blender monsters is as good of a description as we have.
Is this why you need written notes? You have trouble remembering exact phrases.
Yes, I find that I live in the moment quite frequently. I'm not sure if it's that I was constructed from a moving picture as opposed to literary doctrine, that I have a tendency to move through life as if it was a series of scenes, and I don't often retain the information that I need to retain from time to time.
There's spells for that, you know.
Yes, but I find magical enhancements to be a little passé.
I have read about this. Okay. Yeah, okay. Keep taking notes.
All right. So you were attending the party for what reasons?
He asked us to come to discuss a job.
What was the job inherent, and do you believe that led to the massacre of the vampires? And a subsequent question, were you involved in the massacre of the vampires?
We did not harm any vampires, no. So I don't think, no. The job.
You don't think the vampires were the target?
I'm an inquisitor for the Guardians of the Veil. I'm just here to determine whether you guys should stop existing or not. That's all.
Well, 3 of us were outside, if that's any help.
That's what's on the line?
Well, there's been a major breach in protocol, so yes.
Out of character, do I know anything about the Guardians of the Veil?
Anything I've told you.
Well, have you told them anything?
I've probably told them very little because I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Then no, probably not.
Yeah.
I imagine Dell's behind the little bar in the apartment, just looking confused as all hell.
Okay, remind me out of character what the job was again. It was
you were
away from Tiana.
Yeah.
Well, the actual job was to bring him information on Tiana because he suspects there's secrets, and then, if possible, drive a wedge between him and his sister.
Right.
Hunter.
But basically, the main part is feeding information on Tiana to him.
Maxwell.
Maxwell. Kind of a recon informational research job.
I'm being a private investigator. That would make sense that he would go to you. And also, given your connections to the magical community, that also makes sense why he would pick one of ours. It's weird that he did not make an official inquest, but I guess he was trying to keep it subtle. Were you offered extra money for subtlety or discretion?
Yeah.
Very well. The nature of your personal job, unless it's found to be involved directly in the investigation, will be kept discreet in order to protect your business dealings outside of the Consilium.
Thank you.
But so you find, while in the course of this investigation, that it is a threat to the magical community or the greater Chicago Consilium, you will be required to divulge all information that you have found at that time.
Of course.
Understood? All right. And last question, do you or have you ever summoned things from outside of reality?
I have never summoned something from outside of reality. And that is not a lie.
And yet you have an apartment that shouldn't exist, but you didn't create it. You said it was given to you.
I received summons to come to this address to check something out, and we showed up to the door, and you should go talk to the doorman, and you'll figure out what I'm talking about.
We were gifted the space by the front desk, if that's any assistance.
Strange. The Consilium sent you to investigate a phenomenon that seemed to be outside of reality, and then not 24 hours later, a bunch of creatures summoned from a similar space appear and blend most of the vampire Chicago elite. You can see how that is troublesome.
I don't, actually.
Very well. Add to your notes, Secretary, that he was definitely cagey at the accusation.
Cagey? I just don't understand the connection.
I write down fully forthright at accusation.
All right, unless there's anything else you would like to add or any questions you have for me, I will end this interview and get back to you with my determinations.
I just kind of chime in. Yeah, how was filming Daredevil?
I am not an actor.
And I kind of turn to Ruby and I'm like,
This is a working theory. He's a construct from a series of beliefs and ideas that have coalesced into a living being.
Close enough. I was created, but I did not coalesce.
while trying to pour myself a drink, go, my family gets weirder every day.
I mean, I wouldn't call him family necessarily.
Oh, I know. I'm not talking about him necessarily. And then I big gulp.
Very well. And he reaches over and stops the recording and puts it into his pocket. I will be in touch.
Say hello to Atticus if you can. And I'll hand him the notes.
Who?
Who?
Coulter, I don't know if you'd have knowledge
Yeah, I dropped it. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry, but here's the notes.
Thank you. Are you sure you want to give me the entire stenopad?
I don't have a need for it.
Oh, very well. I'll be in contact within the next, 2-3 days after I've had time to examine the bodies. Now that official business is done, Solomon, you're bleeding. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Fighting blender monsters to protect vampires will do that to you.
Forgot about that.
I am a Thysis, if you would like me to attend to the wound.
Sure. I mean, some of it's not going to heal because it's withstood, but...
Well, your bashing would have been healed by now.
Oh, that's right. It's been long enough. Yeah, sure. I would appreciate it.
All right. Now, you, Hank, know that Thyrsus mages, they do life magic for sure, right?
Right.
But life magic can also be used to analyze your pattern. So if he heals you, he'll have access to information that you might not even understand as a non-life mage yourself of what he's gaining access to.
I don't have a way to shield myself from that.
You can decline.
Yeah, I think I'll let this one heal on its own. It's not that bad. I don't mind.
Are you sure?
It's part of my oblations.
All right, that's fine. I guess good evening, and if you have any further questions, you may contact me through Hermes as per usual.
As per usual.
Feel free to stop by for a drink. We have the bartender on retainer now.
Oh yes, that cosmetologist was by far the best one I've ever had. Well, adieu.
Detective Affleck, nice to see you.
You as well, Dr. Blackthorn. Like I said again, it has been a pleasure, and if you are ever available and I haven't, put in an inquest for your destruction, I would very much so like to discuss your theories on childhood development cycles. That was fascinating work.
Well, if we are not dead past 3 days, let's make a date of it.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah. And he kind of like goes to leave.
Owen, you're going to be friends with the construct of an actor.
That was very interesting. So what are these people beyond the veil? What is their purpose in your world, Solomon?
Guardians of the veil.
Guardians of the veil.
You know how you don't talk about your stuff?
Yes.
This falls very close to things that I don't talk about, but not because I don't want to, but because I'm not allowed to.
Well, whatever his purpose, he's possibly bent on our destruction, so that's kind of exciting.
So without getting too far into it, Guardians of the Veil help protect the secret of magic from the rest of the world who doesn't do magic. So anything that falls into crossovers, things becoming real that shouldn't be real, any way that a normal everyday person could find out that magic or any type of non-normal thing exists, they're involved somehow in trying to prevent it.
I would like to clarify, if it does come up, I don't manifest things from outside of reality. When I pull things out of a pocket, it came from a place. That's why it was on a desk.
That's why I honestly answered that question.
Okay.
That no, we do not, or I do not, because I don't think you do either, but that wasn't directed towards you, so.
If you ever lose a sock, I'm sorry.
Well,
But is the cost of this place related to all the destruction that happened last night?
I don't know.
I hit the intercom for the front desk. Can you come up here for a second, please?
Right away, ma'am.
Are you killing people to keep us alive?
Front desk.
Is he at the door?
Mm-hmm.
Open the door. What is the cost of this place? And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about
metaphysical cost.
Oh, all metaphysical costs would not be paid by this cycle. It would be paid by future cycles.
How far future?
You would not be aware of any costs. You have no worry as far as this incarnation is considered.
So if an ideological construct of a popular movie actor believed that we had brought blender monsters from the outside into this world, it would not be related to this apartment.
If you are you, then it would not be related to the apartment.
What if we're not us?
Then it may be related to the apartment. But you are you, so there's no cause for concern.
Is us using this now something that's being paid from last cycle?
No. You never attended. This is your first visit to the annex.
Okay.
Sounds pretty straightforward to me.
Front desk, confusing as ever. Thank you.
Oh, I would love to clarify further. I can say with impunity that the annex had nothing to do with any kind of animated blender.
Thank you.
That's good to know.
Fantastic.
Just that we might be killing future generations of...
And one just aside.
Mm-hmm.
I love my room. Fantastic. The Great Books of the Western World, Volume 1 is a little... Can we get Volume 2 anyway?
Of course, sir.
Perfect. Is it there now, or...?
I'm sorry, sir, but according to the internal settings, it seems that the book is on back order, and you will receive it in 3 to 7 business weeks.
Okay. I'll be looking out for it.
What's up, business week?
I regretfully have to inform you, it will be lost in the mail, and you will not receive it for several months.
I will wait several months. I'll keep an eye out for it. Thank you, front desk.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
business months?
If there's nothing further?
Oh, I have a quick question, front desk.
Mm-hmm.
How would, and this is just hypothetically speaking, how would you feel if your brother totally just identified you by your position at the front desk instead of you as a person?
I do not have any familial constructs, so I do not have a frame of reference for that question, but it sounds like something you should discuss with the party involved as opposed to passive-aggressively asking a magical construct AI.
You should know.
I start slow clapping in the corner.
I wasn't aware you had family.
I feel that my
You should probably go.
drama
Thank you.
filter has been triggered, and I'm going to exit.
Oh,
Probably a good idea.
Oh, is there any way we could block that guy that was just here from ever returning?
No.
Unfortunately, as you have anchored the annex, it does have a physical location. I have no way of stopping somebody from, say, burning it down.
Okay, thank you.
How hard would that be?
As hard as burning anything else down.
Okay.
Oh, I think some protections might be in order.
Yeah.
Anyway, have you had time to peruse the sub-level?
Oh, what?
The sub-level?
I wasn't aware we had a sub-level help desk, front desk.
Oh, I apologize. As per creating a perfect situations for your living quarters, each of you has access to a area of space that is specific to your particular species within the greater whole of the supernatural community.
Are you saying there's a part of the hedge in the sub-level?
Yes, connected to your room.
I can
Oh,
connect
that's what
my
that
light.
door is.
I'm going to go behind the bar and pour myself a scotch.
Anyway, if you have any other questions or concerns, the front desk is available 24/7 to you. Have a fantastic day.
I'm going to go
Thank
and
you.
try to find a door in my room.
Scotch.
So, Coulter, you feel the potential for a bolt hole within your room, but it's not necessarily a physical door.
Great. Excellent. Okay. Okay. If I pop 2 experience into bolt hole right now,
Then it would appear.
okay, I'll do it.
Hank, you have Hollow, right? Or
I have Sanctum and Safe Place.
Sanctum and Safe Place. And that, but you also have Hollow Dots, don't you?
No.
No? Okay. I thought for some reason you had access to a Hollow.
No, we had talked about it, but
So any of
more-
your... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'll just come back out of the room. Any more of the scotch available?
I'll pour one for him. Throw it over.
Oh, we have 2 bartenders now.
Yes, and I still have one brother.
That was
It's not very nice to say about Solomon.
That was a deep cut for both Jack.
I just kind of put my head down, and as I do, my hair does this type of thing, and it goes down.
Move down.
Made the pretty boy sulk. I hope you're happy, Owen.
I'm so mean.
I don't know.
Jack, do you feel cold? Do you feel heat? Does the weather affect you much?
Not unless I try.
Okay. Since Owen only has one brother, I have a favor.
Sure.
I want to see how cold my room gets.
Okay.
And then I dramatically walk away.
I'm going to follow him to his room because we're going to see how cold his room gets.
I'll come along for the ride too.
Cool. When we do, I would like to try to bring that aspect of my lair out and make it blisteringly cold.
So how bringing the aspects out works is the environment already has to have an aspect of your lair.
Okay.
So it's not just something you manifest. It's something that if it is reminiscent of your lair, you can bring out other aspects of your lair.
Okay.
So if you were to turn down the temperature in your room to blistering cold, you could then bring out your maze lake.
Okay. I thought because of the sub-level that would be how I can... Okay.
The sub-level allows you to access your lair, so you could take Coulter and Helena to your lair, but it wouldn't necessarily be the physical apartment. It would be your actual lair.
I would absolutely like to do that then.
Okay. I think you have to pay 2 satiety for each of them, but otherwise that's it.
2 satiety for each?
I mean, 1 for each of them, so 2.
Okay, so 2 total? Yeah, I will absolutely pay.
And then you need to decide at this time whether it's a guest pass or if you're allowing them access permanently.
Yeah, I'm gonna do be my guest and spend the point to let them access the lair as they please. As a safe space.
So as you enter into what should be your bedroom, do you want to describe your lair and you appear in your monster form as well? So
So Del goes from the Del you've been interacting with to kind of beautiful, striking wings, and instead of walking, now he's kind of floating. Beautiful long brown hair, silky white dress, everything like that, and then around you is a dark cave, and you can hear wind whispering outside. If you look outside of the cave, you can tell we're really high up, and it's going to be blistering cold in there, blizzard outside, and then every way you turn inside the cave, it just kind of seems to keep going on, and the walls all seem to kind of bleed together. Very maze-like, if you will.
Fun fact, Jack Blackthorn is now in control of the Britannica personality. As Britannica walks into Dell's room, and the Jack, you are now Jack.
But he's always Jack.
Oh, I run up to the edge to look over. Look over.
I don't know what that means.
You're not Britannica at the moment. Britannica is left behind when you entered the lair.
Which Jack?
Just
They're all the same Jack.
The Jack
pretend to be.
the Jack that never died. Just pretend Jack never died. You are him.
Does he smell different?
Well, no, he probably just smells like Jack because angels are good at that. But
I can't even see the ground. It's so cold.
Yes, it is. Isn't it great?
This is not what I would call homey, but I mean, you do you, man. It's a cool view.
I kind of raise my hands. I'm like, this is my sub-level.
If I jumped, could you like fly down and catch me before I died?
I would rather not try.
Okay. Not up for the challenge. I get it.
I don't think there's a bottom.
Well, then maybe I would fall forever. Jack, are you okay?
I walk up to Ruby and just put a hand on her face. You look so different.
What do you mean?
It's so good to see you. It's just been so long. And just like hug you tightly and just pull you against me. It's so cold. I don't know where we are. Where have I been with this whole time? I'm so glad you're here. It's been so dark for so long.
What do you mean? Jack. What do you remember?
There was flames. There was an accident. And then there was a lot of just dark.
Del, will you get Owen and Clay, please?
Yes, I don't know what's happening here, but something bad is happening. And if that's not Jack,
Yeah.
as I make that sentence in my head, I skedaddle.
Well, while that's happening, so Solomon, how bad is this for us?
I mean, I report to the Concilium regardless, and the Guardians. So either way, this is going to happen. This just kind of puts us on the footing that we are being watched, or I'm being watched at least.
And if dear Ben decides that we are at fault and comes to destroy us, is there a way for us to escape without them knowing?
I mean, I can ask for an appeal, but I'm not high up enough to have much pull. As far as leaving, I can't. I mean, I can up and run, but then I'm literally on my own. I don't have nothing.
I mean, what do you need from them?
I mean, they provide protection for me here in Chicago. That's why I can walk into the aquarium like that and not get beheaded.
Just food for thought. If we need to leave, I think
agreed.
We need to have an exit strategy. I don't much appreciate being under someone else's thumb.
Agreed.
Around that point, Del kind of walks back out of his room.
Hey guys, I think Jack needs our help. Can I borrow you two?
From within the physical form of your room, Britannica, who has now defaulted to the Cal persona, is standing in your physical room. Does Cal have anything to say?
So, are we in the room at that point? Or
no, I'm making sure everyone's aware of their set pieces because this is very confusing for culture, I'm sure.
I cannot go down your stairs.
You brought him to get us, saying that you need help, Britannica. What do you need help with?
No, it's Del who's coming to get you.
Yeah, but he brought us back into the room.
Oh, it's not here that sub-levels.
Do you take them as well?
Yes.
All right, spend more points, buddy. You're gonna be starving after this.
This is 2 more points.
Bye. Watching them all go down the stairs without me.
Del, I don't really understand. Didn't you say he needed our help for something?
Not he, but other he. I'm just as confused, I promise.
Oh God, there's another one?
As you move into the cave complex, you see Jack, or Britannica as far as you know, like hugging Ruby.
He looks fine. This is normal.
Clay!
Like,
Oh my God! Oh God, you're here. Oh God, you're okay. Okay, Oh, and something's not right about this is. Oh God, I'm just.
Britannica, are you okay?
Just sinking down to the ground, kind of. Oh God, everybody just looks
Jack
so different
from before the accident.
huh?
Jack?
Oh, and you're alive,
Wait.
Clay.
Could I
You're
do
alive. Oh God, I was worried that you all went with me.
Can I do kidding?
I'll just give it to you. He reads as vanilla human, but to be honest, so does Britannica. So it's hard to.
And I'm convinced that Jack is preserved, but Jack and Britannica are the same thing. So I don't know how I'm reacting to this.
You're truly Jack.
What do you? I don't know what you mean. Why do you look? You look older than Clay.
Yes.
Jack, as you see these people, the memories from Britannica like start to slowly seep in about your life and everything like that. So like after the initial shock, you start to remember stuff.
Oh God, Owen, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you both found each other.
I'm very confused here.
I think, Solomon, this is our brother.
Our brother's out there.
Not the fake one, not Britannica. This is Jack.
As I hear that, I kind of come down gently and put my feet on the ground and I'm just like, oh.
What is this place? What did it do to him?
This is the primordial dream. This is where Elias is the dragon. This is where we are our true forms.
Oh yeah, Jack, by the way, if you wanted to know, Dad's a dragon. So there's that.
And
Sorry,
I know this must be a lot.
I'm going to run up and give Jack the biggest hug Owen has ever given since he's been back.
I'd return it wholeheartedly.
Go up and like hug them both from the outside, but still kind of tentatively because I'm super confused.
Dad's a dragon?
Dad's a dragon. Ruby's a werewolf. This dude, I don't know what he is.
I don't know what happened, but I'm just so glad you're all okay.
We're all stupid adults now.
It doesn't matter. It just matters that you're alive.
Del, how is this possible?
This is, for all intents and purposes, a dream world. This is a human dream, essentially. It's the sub-level. As much what I feel about the front desk help doesn't matter. They were right when they called it a sub-level. And I kind of float up, and I'm like, where we are normally. And then I come back down, and I go, where we are now.
Is there a way to...
And you get the impression that Del doesn't understand what's going on. He just knows that weird stuff happens.
Yeah.
Well, he said that this place shows his true self. This is original Jack.
I'll turn to Del. So you did all of this for us? Thank you so much for bringing us here. I missed them so much. I can't even find the words to thank you for this.
To be clear, out of character, you did not intend for this to happen at all. So if you take credit for it, you are taking credit for something you did not do.
Yeah, out of character, I had no idea that was going to happen. I very visibly struggle with what to say next, and I'm so glad I can help.
So help further. How do we keep Jack? Is there a way for him to leave this place as himself?
I don't know. I know that now you all can come here as you please. And it can be kind of a safe space if needed. If you're cold, I'm sorry. I can't change that. But you all now can come here, can come and go as you please for whatever that's worth to Jack.
Thank you. What happens? Was Britannica out there?
Yes, as his other asshole thing.
Oh yeah, new Jack. As I'm actually scratching my head in character, like trying to put the pieces together.
Maybe he'll get to
try more
his body.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Shall we go back to the apartment and then see what happens?
Is there a way out of this? It is cold here. I mean, I don't want to complain. It is a little cold.
I put an arm around him and I go, okay, there's warmer space over here. Jack, if we lose you, we'll come back and see you again, okay? We love you. We missed you.
I love you.
Then we'll, head up.
Against Ruby.
All right. So in game terms, now Britannica, Coulter, whenever you use the Jack cover is technically dominant and can basically ask Britannica to help him. Okay. So I don't know how Britannica is going to feel about it. It's your character, but basically now you are Jack who can be possessed by an angel, but technically the angel can jump into another person and Jack will continue to exist.
Okay. Jack always exists.
Okay.
So in game terms, just so I have it straight, if he is the other person and Jack is still alive, but Jack doesn't have a physical body unless Britannica is Jack.
No, that's changed now. That's how it used to be. Now Jack has a physical body, and when Britannica switches forms, Jack is just Jack with no powers or anything like that.
Okay.
You still have psychic powers?
Unfortunately, no. When demons create covers, they don't get any supernatural benefit of said cover. So Jack would be a normal human.
He's a normie.
With the mind of a 7-year-old.
No, his memories come back slowly but surely.
Oh, good. Okay. All right, we step out of Del's lair.
Britannica will immediately default back to Jack because he does not like being Cal. So.
So who do I have my arm around? Nobody now, or now it's
Jack?
just Jack?
Jack, but Britannica's inside of Jack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Britannica.
and now the Britannica figure I saw is gone. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Damn it.
Back.
Why damn it?
I'll push Jack up against the wall. Britannica, go back to Cal.
I don't know what you're talking about, Owen.
You're not fooling me.
I don't. Popping out to Cal. He's not always going to know that I'm in there, okay? It's not his fault. I'm sorry that whatever happened and that I pissed all of you off enough to do this, but I'm not going to bother him. I just don't like being this.
Then why'd you choose it?
I didn't mean to. You chose it. You made the goddamn deal with that asshole. I didn't pick this thing.
Can you change it?
I won't bother, Jack. Just let me piggyback so I don't have to be this thing. Okay?
I'll
Walk over.
I'm sorry. I don't normally have a temper, but this thing has a temper.
I'll let go of him.
Well, you let go of Jack, but Cal's technically behind you.
Okay, so there's two manifestations now.
There's
Okay.
Cal and Jack in the room at the same time.
Okay, got it. Then I'll still let go of Jack.
I don't know how he perceives all of this. I won't hurt him. I just don't care to be this when I don't have to be this. He's not very pleasant.
Fine.
I leave.
I will go back to being Jack.
When he goes back to being Jack, does Cal's form just kind of stay?
No,
No,
Cal
it disappears.
Disappears. Okay. As I see that and I see Cal disappear, I go, oh, cool. It'd been really awkward if he stayed.
I mean, I gotta hand it to you, man. You're taking this on stride. That's admirable.
He loves it.
But on that note, I walk over to the bar and grab a bottle of don't care what and just walk to the couch.
The scotch is still out.
I'm going with him.
Sure.
I'm gonna follow the train out of the room.
Can I have some water?
Of course.
Grab a
Yes.
glass of water while I'm in the kitchen.
Well, this is strange.
What time is it?
This is really weird.
It's very late at night because you guys came straight from a party. So
Yeah, I'm already in my room. When I left, I went to my room. I'm going to sleep.
I'm staying up.
I just woke up.
So, Jack, do you have Britannica's memories then?
Jack, you find that you can, like, by like thinking about it, Britannica can provide you any information that he has access to.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. It's a foggy, but yeah. The last thing that I have is a car flipped over, and then everything beyond that I kind of have to push at.
Car flipped over where?
We had that camping trip that had all the shit happen. When there was that guy that followed us into the house.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then he attacked the Ranger's car. And that's really the last thing that I have is him walking up to the flipped over SUV.
I'm gonna put my hands up and like, guys, I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna retire, and I'm gonna retire to my room.
You don't have to do that. I mean, you're clearly family.
As I retire, I have a giant grin that I'm obviously trying to hide.
So
I take a giant drink.
Yeah, same. Do you know about Chad then?
Oh, God, Chad died. Chad didn't. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah. God,
Jack, you also know about the text message from Chad, which Britannica has not shared, but...
Do I know what it means?
Yeah, I mean, if you follow the thought process down, Britannica can't really hide the threads of thought. So like if you make one connection, you can make the next, you can make the next.
Oh God, I killed Chad.
What?
Hold on, back up. How did you kill Chad?
Yeah.
Okay, there was a meltdown that happened that was going to take the whole plant, and it was going to take the entire town, and God, it was going to take like a third of the state. And I could change that. But I could only do it if I made some sacrifices because it was too far. And that was the sacrifice that I chose. Was it the people at the plant, or it was everybody?
You're saying you made the plant melt down?
He's reliving Britannica's memories. Britannica made the plant burn down.
Yeah. Yeah. There was... Yeah. And then decided to stop it, I guess.
And Jack, just for clarification, like Jack can't really separate himself from Britannica. So like you were correct in saying like I did this because like it's impossible to disentangle them.
I didn't want to hurt any of you. But that was the only way to not. Oh, God. I killed 10 people.
And saved how many lives?
Yeah, but it was...
I'll stand up and walk to my room.
Are you okay?
I just need... No, knocking.
Well, it's been an interesting couple days.
It's been an interesting 20 minutes. I think I'm going to take a walk.
Okay. Well, don't go on the sort of the loop. But
okay.
If you stay near Boys Town, you should be okay.
We're in Chicago.
Mm.
I guess that makes sense. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. And I'll get up and walk to the door. Thank you for whatever you did. I don't know.
I didn't do anything.
Okay. Close the door behind me.
All right. Aside from Jack, is anyone doing anything else, or do we skip to the next day? Does anyone want to do anything else?
You want to go pass out?
I think I would have like a mini breakdown in my room. I think that's a breaking point, finding out Britannica lied to us about Chad.
Well, not only that, but also the fact that there's a Jack that now exists counteracts the previous view of how reality works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would definitely say that that's probably a major clarity.
How many dice? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
Definitely 5. This is
5.
something that would rock your reality.
3 successes.
So that's 3 clarity damage, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Anybody else?
No, because what I want to do is creepy, so we're not going to do it.
I mean, I want you to do it now.
Yeah, I want you to do it now.
It's not that creepy. Well, I can't really do it on Owen anyway. Because it'd be a clash of wills.
Creepy is in the eye of the beholder, I will remind you.
Creep is what we aim for.
So I'm going to do Read the Depths on Owen, which is the mage may telepathically enter her subject's subconscious. So
Okay.
I will definitely resist that.
All right. So for Owen, it's going to be resolve plus expression plus word. For Clay Solomon, it's going to be intelligence plus empathy plus gnosis. And then whoever gets the most successes wins.
Empathy. Where's empathy?
Technically, this isn't a clash of wills, but I'm going to treat it as one just for the hell of it.
Because it does say on the spell, it says withstand is resolve.
Yeah, so he would, so instead of doing clash of wills, Owen, do resolve plus word to resist it.
Can I pop a willpower?
You may.
Can
I mean, you can pop a willpower once per turn, so you guys can both pop willpowers if you want.
Only in service of the hunt.
That is no longer the case.
Did I beat you? Oh, shit. I didn't know it was going to happen.
All right, what does that do so Mark can give you the information you're after?
I can pull memories and ideas out of the subject's subconscious instead of just reading surface thoughts. I'm not gonna like go in and like sift around. I just want to like know how he feels right now.
Okay, so you didn't necessarily need to plumb as deep as you did.
There's a reason I did though.
So
Because
Do I know that this happened? Because there's a clash of wills, right? So I know he's in my mind.
well, there wasn't a clash of wills. That was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A clash of wills would have happened if you were using a defensive power and he used this power against you. Which power took effect, that would be a clash of wills. In
Got
this
it.
instance, you just naturally resisted the spell. So does the target have awareness of it?
I would assume not, because if I spend a reach, which the reason I casted this one is because if I spend a reach, I can modify memory.
Okay. So you are unaware of what's going on, Owen. So in the throes of your clarity break, you're feeling the durance, you're feeling all of that. So unfortunately, Solomon, I need you to roll a breaking point for as
What
you
is that?
Breaking point. So it's a wisdom roll.
Wisdom, cool.
It's not the full dice pool though.
Okay.
I should have added this to my notes.
Magic of running 3 systems at once.
3, 5. What's your wisdom currently at, Clay?
7.
7? Okay, so roll 3 dice, and you want at least 1 success.
Oh, just 1.
You got a success?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fine. But you do experience in kind of like a flashpoint most of Owen's durance. So I know Mark has explained it to you in the past. So
Okay, like the statue thing?
Yeah.
Sculpture? Got it.
that's where his mind is at when you touch it. Is
Oh,
like
good lord.
wrapped
Okay.
up in that. And also a bunch of feelings of, was that even real? Am I real? What's like, he's in a full-blown fit.
Existential crisis. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna go to bed then, because I feel even creepier now because I want to like do something to help him sleep, but I feel like I've already violated so much now. Plus, I don't know. Does Owen sleep normal?
Yeah, he sleeps.
Right, but I don't know that. Like, Clay is like he's fairy. Is he something? Does he not sleep?
I mean, since you guys have been together, you've seen him sleep, eat, and use the bathroom. So I mean, like, he seems to be perfectly human.
Hopefully you haven't seen me use the bathroom.
No, yeah, exactly.
Close the door, man.
Hey,
Real close family.
hey, ideal apartment might be spy camp. You don't know.
Actually, I think at that point, after that, I might go knock on Owen's door if he answers, and I'll talk to him. But I'm only gonna knock once.
I don't even hear the knock.
Okay. I'm just gonna go to bed.
All right, Jack, are you doing anything, or do you just walk around and then go back home?
I'm probably just sifting through the memories that are new and trying to figure out like who I am now and what I'm doing here and why we're in Chicago, and just kind of trying to clear all the fog that's there. So
Britannica and you have like a long conversation where like he explains the new situation and he explains what he is and gives you more information than he's probably given the other players. So, and so like he's basically very amicable because he desperately wants to be a part of this family, and you being inside Britannica know that for certain. So and you also come to the realization that if something were to happen to Britannica, he is your connection to being real. So even though you are now physical, if something were to happen to Britannica, you are tied to his existence still.
got it. Okay. Oh, so I'm both more stable and tenuous than a lot of other people. Okay. Do I get any like knowledge of the the disconnect and everything from that?
All Britannica can really comment on is you basically dropped out of what he considers existence.
Got it.
During that time period. And because you dropped out of existence, but you were still real, like it was basically like putting a like black hole inside of a vacuum. No one really knows what would have happened, but
so there's still a disconnect in between the two of them there.
It basically, you continued existing into a place where he couldn't exist, and because of that, when you came back, you're still existing. So he doesn't.
Oh, I mean, like, do I understand the disconnect from the God Machine?
Oh yeah, the fall, all of that, yeah. Because the two of you can share information at the speed of thought, you're basically up to date.
Got it.
On anything. So like as Jack, you can answer any questions that could be asked of Britannica and so on and so forth.
Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. It's a really good cover. It's like a 9 cover now instead of a 7.
I mean, it's kind of in a way not even a cover anymore. It's very confusing as far as that's concerned.
It's confusing? Really?
This whole fucking
put
game
a lot of thought into how demons and beasts would coexist, and this is what I came up with. So
he's a bag of holding. I'm a portable hole.
Yeah, and then shit happened when you put each other inside.
You put one hand in, put one hand out.
I guess after we talked, I would just go home and sleep on the couch because I'm not sleeping in that room.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some redecorating.
Yeah.
All right. Next day, waking up.
Still in my room.
Make breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my room and ask anyone who's up and awake if they want breakfast. Anyone?
I wake up with a crick in my neck, but it almost immediately just vanishes. Yeah, that sounds good. Del,
Awesome.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I got to formally introduce myself. I'm Del. I'm a little bit new around here.
This is
getting my bearings.
Weird, uncomfortable place where we've met but haven't, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. Am I talking to who I knew before, or is my talking to who I met last night in my other state?
I guess last night.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you. And then I go about, like, opening the fridge and grabbing stuff to make breakfast.
As soon as the smell of whatever he's cooking reaches my room, my door flies open.
Del is making Elias's super famous family Sunday brunch that he has made for the kids most of their lives. It was like a special treat on Sundays that he would
Hash
make.
brown casserole with ham, egg, and cheese.
And like French toast, and like he's basically this is very nostalgic, only Elias would know about kind of thing.
I've trashed my room and I look real rough today. Food.
I stumble out of my room and just nod.
From the kitchen. It's coming.
How'd you sleep, Ruby?
Terrible. You?
Horrible. Which is ironic because I can make anyone sleep really well. I just never do it.
Solomon,
yeah,
you had the worst nightmares of your life.
Oh, yeah.
All night.
I feel like maybe I should like put a little like chart up that's like if someone needs some help sleeping, they should just like put their name on it so I know. Because it doesn't take much.
I slept like I hadn't slept in about 20 years, so that was kind of nice.
Shut up, Bob.
I don't know what to say to that without being weird.
I debated the frailty of life and existence for a while, and then I went to bed and lost some sleep. But, you win a few, you lose a lot. I go back to cooking.
It's nice to know that someone who lives a really long life still thinks about the frailty of it all.
Yeah, you got to stay connected sometimes when, like between feeding. Anyways.
I was thinking about the frailty of certain people's necks last night.
Like whose?
Who's she looking at?
Oh, no one in particular, just...
Oh, all right. Is Owen up?
I haven't seen him.
I will pull a pen out of my pocket and just kind of start writing on whatever I can find.
Jack reaches into his pocket for a pen, pulls out a pen, and goes, "Oh, I did have a pen." And then starts writing.
It's going to take a lot of getting used to.
Clay, as breakfast is being doled out, you do receive an email from an unknown email address. Like it's just a series of numbers and letters, and it starts with "Dear Mr. Solomon."
Okay. Keep reading.
It has like a letterhead from the offices of Maxwell, Prince of Chicago. It says, "As far as my investigation so far has led me, you were not involved in last night's massacre, in which case you and I's, I'm so sorry about my dog, you and I's arrangement is still on the table, and I expect information and updated daily logs into the hours being spent towards my case. Sincerely, Maxwell, Prince of Chicago."
I show it to Ruby.
Are you surprised he wants you to get working on it?
No, I was just showing you that we're, he doesn't suspect us, thank God.
Oh, yeah, he's the least of my worries.
Make sure to charge for the time you're reading the email and talking about it. That's work.
Smart mind. Do you need help with that? Like, are you wanting us to work on this together? Or is this more like one of your solo, I can't talk about it because I can't thing?
No, I would love some help on this one.
Oh, he does that a lot.
All the time.
Oh, you're really secretive now. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, all of y'all are real secretive now. Except for Dell, because I don't know if he knows how.
I mean, if it helps, it's not intentional now, so I'll be happy to be an open book from here on out. I mean, as much as they'll tell me.
Sorry about that. Did I miss anything?
No, just more ragging on Dell.
Poor Dell.
Dell is Dad's adopted son.
More or less.
Okay. Cool.
I guess his existence was a secret for a while, so I guess that counts.
Dad was worried that telling us what he was would jeopardize our safety.
That's always
He's got that, sorry.
That's always what I was under the influence of. What I always thought. He talked about you guys all the time.
Oh, must be nice.
Well, I mean, that would be nice to be talked about. That's a good thing.
I go knock on Owen's door. Nothing. Is he okay?
I'll join you.
Are you okay?
Owen, we have breakfast. Del made Dad's old special.
Bring up Del. He hates Del.
I'm gonna try the handle.
I mean,
It's not locked.
Okay. I'll let the door swing open then.
He's sitting on the floor, like blanket over his shoulders, staring at a door.
the blanket is soaking wet.
I go in.
Do we have a towel closet? I'm gonna try to find that.
I go in and sit down next to him, like pretty close, even though it's wet, and just sit there and stare at the door too.
Finding a towel, I will bring it in and put the towel on top of the blanket and sit on the other side.
I sit down too, but I'm eating.
Seeing Jack walk back with a towel, I'm very curious. I walk over and just kind of lean in the doorway. But like, you know, I make my steps known, make it known that I'm there.
So what are we staring at?
Or ever since last night, I've tried to work up the courage to open it, but still sitting here.
What's behind it?
It's where it happened.
As I see Ruby stop eating for a second and like shoo me away, I like, oh, she's serious. She stopped eating, and then I scurry back to the dining room. So I am no longer around the room.
You mean your like stuff happened?
Yes, that was my home for many years.
Many decades.
So why are you staring at it?
I told myself I'd never go back, but then the king obviously summoned me, and I know this section of the hedge is protected and safe, but I still can't go in.
You don't have to.
I do. There's a piece of me that's always there. It's always telling me that everything that I think that I experienced never happened. And that's one damn good way to prove it did, but too much of a coward.
Well, Owen, you don't have to go alone.
Perhaps not. Perhaps I found my family again.
I mean, we've always been your family. It's just whether or not you want us
There
around.
was many years where I didn't have a family. It feels good. It feels strange to need someone else again. Del, get your ass in here.
I walk over and I kind of like into the doorway. You rang?
If I'm going to open this, I'm going to open it with all of my family present.
I dart inside.
Oh, shit.
Puppy pile! And I trip on you.
Then I'll go and
joining the puppy pile? Fine.
Owen's like sopping wet right now.
Got a towel in.
Wait, why are you wet? What is this?
I'll slowly get up and head towards the door. I'll put my hand on the handle. Clay, can you help me?
I get up and put my hand on his hand.
So, Clay, you do know you have to knock first in order to open the gateway.
I knock first and then. Then I open it.
All right, help him.
As you open the door, a kind of like meadow, like scenic, kind of like autumn weather, and it's a small little glen, like maybe the size of like a walk-in closet, but you know that these things grow as you invest in them. And almost completely surrounded is kind of these like vines, like briars with thorns on them, that form a physical wall between the rest of the space. But sunlight kind of trickles down in. But as you step in, you shed your mask and appear in your Famine. And anyone, so as the door is open, anyone can see into this space and see, you know what I mean? Like it's very connected.
Well,
pretty.
no need to linger. Let's see if we can close this up again. Breakfast. I hear breakfast on the table. I'm gonna go.
Pat Owen on the shoulder on the mildly wet towel. I'm like, yes, breakfast is on the table. Let's eat.
Yeah, and I'll look Del like right in the eyes and thank you for just thank you.
And you're welcome.
Does anyone go and try and open the door again?
No, but as everyone leaves, Ruby does.
Ruby, as you open the door again, it's a closet inside. So somehow Owen was able to turn it into that other place, but like you close it and like knock, still a closet.
That makes sense.
Which is why when he was suffering from clarity, it was really important that nobody else opened the door before him, because that would have really effed him up.
That would have.
It's
so
just a
much.
closet.
So much.
And Narnia was no more.
Anyway, so you guys have Sunday Blackthorn brunch. Ooh, we should just call it Blackthorn brunch. You guys have Blackthorn brunch.
Baby!
Ruby's on plate 3.
Just like when your dad used to make.
Hey guys, question. Do you think we should page the front desk, see if we can request Elias here? We talked to him recently. And then I walk over and hit the buzzer.
Front desk.
Hi, front desk. Can we request a guest?
I can connect you to one of the other rooms, yes.
Is there a room for Elias?
Yes, he does have a small suite that he uses on occasion.
Wonderful. Could you patch me through?
Right away, sir. It just kind of rings for like 5 minutes. There's no answer.
I hit it again, but like matter. Swat that.
Front desk.
Go ahead and cancel the patch through. I don't think he's home. Can you
Sir,
alert us when he does check in?
well, sir, discretion would speak that I can't just inform you of the comings and goings of guests. You wouldn't want me to tell other guests when you were coming and going, would you?
I'm very conflicted.
Would you let him know that we called?
Oh, yes, I can take a message.
Just tell him we're looking for him.
Right away.
And then I disconnect. I go and sit back down at the table. I tried.
Okay, so let's think through this. We're here. There's obviously what we need Solomon to find out. So we have to find out what's going on with Tatiana. Is that her name? Sorry. Okay. And then I think we probably should apologize, or I should apologize, sorry, to
Chad.
The Departed? Yeah, sorry, I'm not. We'll say it eventually. Is there anything else that we need to handle? I mean, we came here for a reason, right?
I don't think it's smart keeping the prince waiting for his intel. And Solomon, I'm sorry, but any way that we can peel Hunter away from his sister, I think would be good for him in the long run.
I will take your word on that one.
So
in an act of total transparency, you 100% know what Tiana's hiding from her husband. It's the fact that she's the queen of the summer court. You already have that information.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the information he's looking for. So, I mean, you could technically send him an email right now and be done with it, but what does that mean for Chicago?
Right.
And that's very few chargeable hours.
So I think I would mention this stat to everyone and say, we could do this, but I want to know what's going on and why Tatiana's looking for this connection.
On the other side, that's a huge bomb to drop on the Prince of Chicago. We should be prepared to back that up and speak on that in the safest way possible. I don't want Ben Affleck or Hermes or anything knocking at the door again. I mean, the real Ben Affleck would be great, but I don't know how you feel about the almost Ben Affleck.
I'm indifferent. I mean, he did read my papers, so I can't fault him for that. It kind of sucks that he wants to destroy all of us, but how would I get in touch with Oberon?
I mean, you could go back to where you were taken and visit court that way, or he did provide you with a card.
Okay. I'll do, when there's a second, I'll see if I can send him a message letting him know the situation, that she's marrying the prince and the prince doesn't know, and kind of keeping him abreast of everything that we're doing.
There's a message, basically, we are aware of that fact. You know what I mean? Like they're aware that what she's done, they just don't know why, or they don't have any further information on that.
Okay.
But they are aware that she has married the Prince of Chicago.
Yeah. Okay.
And you are provided with contact information if you wish to contact somebody for face-to-face, or like you basically are given a handler.
Okay.
Does she have an online presence?
Tiana?
Yeah.
Extensive. Tiana, the Tiana that you know, she is kind of something of a do-it-yourself social media sensation. So she does like crafts, and it's all based on foraged things.
Oh, she's a presence.
Yeah, so she has a pretty significant presence. She's actually kind of famous, but not in like a superstar kind of way. Think like, I don't know, like Jenna Marbles or some other kind of like YouTube person. Not everyone has heard of her, but a lot of people are aware of her. You've probably watched her videos before, some of you.
Can we get an idea where she might be today?
Do we still have anything from the party?
I don't believe you guys took anything from the party.
Besides the emotional scarring and the remembering of a Tommy gun being shot at the glass.
Just add it to the rest of the emotional scars that I carry around. So no, this will work.
Which party are you referencing, Hank?
I'm sorry, the wedding party.
I don't think you guys kept anything from that. Ruby, go ahead and give me a wits plus computers roll to like kind of deep dive for social media.
I can help with that.
1.
So you can't really figure out where she's going to be today, but you do know she is in Chicago, and her last few media posts have been talking about shooting at an iconic to be disclosed location. So you know she's
what?
An iconic undisclosed location. So basically, like, stay tuned. We're shooting today in beautiful Chicago. You know, like.
I may have a way to track her down, but she is the Summer Queen, so her power reaches beyond my own. I don't know if it would work. And this would tip her off to the fact that someone is looking for her.
Are we sure we're starting with the right portion of this? Should we go Hunter's direction first and try to find the wedge to drive between them?
You might have some information as to where she is as well.
Yeah, we might be fighting off the wrong.
But I feel like we don't want to drive that wedge until we get all the info we need.
You're willing to...
Yeah. I was also going to say, also don't forget, you were attacked by horrible otherworldly creatures last night, which also might be a concern.
Oh yeah, I still have that goo.
Mm-hmm.
And Clay, are you willing to hurt somebody that you love like that?
I see it as protecting him from things that he doesn't understand. I don't think I'm hurting him.
You've lost a sibling. Just remember what that feels like when you choose to sever his.
Understood.
So
There's Hunter today.
yeah, or do you have a way to analyze that goo?
Because remember, the Prince of Chicago gave you like 2-3 weeks for Tiana. So like, that's not something you have to solve immediately. I mean, it would make him happy, but just know that that's not something that has to be done right now.
I mean, if hint, people want to go off and do something else, I can research how I can summon a spirit to see if they can tell me what this is. I just need to prep for that.
Ruby, you said that you ingested some of this goo during the fight. How badly did it hurt?
I wouldn't say it hurt. It was more like it overtook whatever control I had left of my human side. That Benjamin guy mentioned something about it being like a hunger spirit, right? Like it must, or an anger spirit must be feeding off those extreme emotions, because that's when I lost all control and became the real beast.
Yeah, I imagine that's not a good thing to want to do. So I will not ingest any of this.
Probably a good idea.
I'm pretty sure I'm a human, so I don't know if that would go well for me either.
Yeah, no, nobody needs to be eating any snot right now. Like maybe we should leave that to your Benjamin guy, right? He seems to know everything. Maybe he's the one that can figure out those monsters.
I don't trust the Guardians to tell me everything that they know, so.
Or anything.
Yeah, there's that too.
You work with some douches.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that Hermes character either.
She just takes some getting used to.
Owen, you do know of a place that deals in weird artifacts.
Well, I guess when it rains and pours, we could take this to the Goblin Market and see if anyone there knows anything.
Goblin Market?
Is that role related to artifacts?
I don't know. Let's see.
Having visions of a vendor named Tom.
So would I know how to get to the Goblin Market?
You know, in uncertain terms, and you can message the people you message to like find the right door. But there is kind of like I'm gonna just wing this because I don't want to like look it up, but there's like a shopping district in Chicago, and one of the storefronts has like a back door that then leads to the Goblin Market.
We could try there. It's a tricky place to be, though. I would warn everyone against obviously making deals, but also asking rhetorical questions that can be construed as a deal or an acceptance of something. Just be careful with your words.
I probably shouldn't talk at all then.
That would be the best, Solomon.
Solomon, aren't you going to stay behind and try and summon something?
I'm not going to summon without people there, but I'm going to, I guess, prepare.
So everyone's going to the Goblin Market?
I have to be honest.
I want to go,
do anything.
Say again, Coulter? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I have to be honest. I want to do anything. I don't mean to be overeager, but
you haven't done anything for 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, let's depart. So I'll text my contact and see how to get to the Goblin Market.
And you have the address, and it's just the side door, and then you just enter the hedge from there.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll go.
All right, so you guys go to the shopping district. He takes you into this disgusting back alley, knocks on a door, opens it, and then on the other side there is like a almost medieval bazaar of just little tents and little stalls. It smells of exotic spices and like a weird sweet scent. Milling about is every type of weird creature you can imagine: ogres, trolls, beautiful elves, people stitched together from cloth, large green creatures who kind of look like orcs. Like, it's basically like walking into the weirdest D&D game you've ever walked into.
This is so cool.
Oh, and Owen looks like his Fey, so he's all ice in his normal clothes. And
how do people react to Owen? Do they notice him at all, or does he blend in? Or
you notice some other Fey kind of like react to him with deference a little bit, like respect, as if they can see something that you guys don't. And then others just kind of ignore him, and most of the goblins kind of like, most of the green creatures, they kind of like try and get his attention and be like, look, brand new contract for you. Make yourself look like a wooden doll, and then it explodes into bees. And
say no, not interested.
Kind of the bees. Do bees work in cold?
I don't know if you'd be able to do it. You don't seem to have a Fey mean to you, sir. But I can sell you this comb. Make anyone you meet fall in love immediately.
He's not interested. Thank you.
I also have some weapons grade uranium if you're interested in that.
What? I'll walk to the shopkeep who's not trying to overly sell their wares.
There is one shopkeep who seems to be selling bits and pieces of mythical creatures, and he seems to wait for people to approach him, which indicates to you with your psychology degree that he is selling like legit stuff.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't need to seek out customers.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll approach him. I am in need of some information if the price is right.
Price there will be.
I need information on a being an amorphous blob of energy or fear or
More specific.
hunger. I have a sample, but first I need to know the price.
If you have a sample and it is something I have never seen, no price. If it is something I have seen, one favor.
What is this favor?
To be determined based on information given. With express, word. Basically, you can argue about it. Like, it's not, like, you don't have to just immediately agree. Like, you have to agree on the favor later based on the information given.
Said favor expires after a week.
2 days.
2 days.
Oh, I'm sorry. You misunderstand. If it's something he's seen before, I misunderstand. I shouldn't have said 2 weeks. 2 months. 2 months.
3 weeks.
2 weeks. Final offer.
2 weeks. Final offer. Then I'll show him. And I'll keep it in my hand. I won't let him take it away.
He kind of like digs around and removes what seems to be the jawbone of some kind of like fish kind of creature, and he holds it open. And as he holds it open, a small little tentacle with an eyeball kind of like looks around the goo. And it's definitely incorporeal. It seems to be under the influence of something. It is seem to be unique, but also familiar. Our terms need to be readjusted.
The term was that if you didn't outright know what it was, there is no payment.
I do know what it was. I do not know what it is.
You tell me what it was, and you will get the same favor, but a week.
Deal. It was a spirit of consumption. That's something that from the spirit world, it was only to consume. It was literally a concept given form, but it is no longer just that.
It's being controlled by something.
Turning to Ruby, Ben Affleck.
Not controlled, more like altered and then released, corrupted.
Someone corrupted the concept of consumption.
Are you familiar with spirits and how they function?
On a base level.
I'll look over to Ruby. Does any of this make sense?
Does it?
I mean, so technically, Ruby, you are half spirit, half human. That's what makes you a werewolf.
Shit.
So, like spirits of consumption and devouring, they are in the shadow. So, I mean, like, you can go there now and find one of those things. You know what I mean? Like, technically, all concepts have spirit versions in the spirit world. So basically, what he's saying is something corrupted this spirit to be something else.
Cognitive realm.
Which would, to you, given your knowledge, explain why the goo affected you, because you were also part spirit.
Okay, so I think what my body was responding to was the spirit. My spiritual side was responding to the spirit of consumption. So someone corrupted them to weaponize them for that party. Who could do such a thing?
I could answer that question.
At what cost?
I'm talking to the lady.
What is the cost for the answer to that question?
A piece of your underclothing.
Oh, that's easy. I give him my underwear.
Fantastic. I don't know who could have weaponized them.
How did I know?
I grab him by the throat. Okay.
What? I said I could answer the question, not that I had an answer.
Oh, I like this one.
Any other questions that this guy can answer free of charge this time?
That is not how the Goblin Market works. I don't want to anger the gentry by giving away something for nothing.
All right, I drop him.
Vassal of Winter, you should control those guests you bring more thoroughly. I will be making an inquest.
Make your inquest, Goblin. Make it to Oberon himself.
I will. A fair deal was made, and she attacked.
Deal was struck. You got your pittance.
I should know better than to talk to goblins, apparently.
For the record, I didn't see any attack.
We didn't either.
Add 5 days onto that favor and forget this happened.
I don't want to forget that it happened. Offer me more.
Remember that it happened, but don't report it.
I'm just saying the Were-Guild I could get, even from just get away from me goblin meeting with Oberon, would be worth my time.
And how worth your time would it be? What is your counter?
I would like it if you painted me a picture.
Of what exactly?
The personal bedchamber of Queen Titania. We are aware that you are connected to the brother of the Queen of Summer.
Now, we both know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if I were to be caught painting a picture of the bedchamber of the Queen, I would be killed outright. And if perhaps your name should slip my lips, you as well would be on the chopping block.
Well, I just asked for a picture. I didn't ask you to go there yourself.
That's not the story I would tell. Now, perhaps something a little less murderous.
Fine. 5 days it is.
5 days. We have a deal. Well, any goblin fruit for sale?
I have goblin fruit.
What's the price?
Do you have Were-Guild?
I don't have Were-Guild.
Do I have Were-Guild?
What's Were-Guild?
It's basically like gold coins.
Is that something I'm capable of producing or no?
You would definitely have to roll for it.
Okay. What am I going to roll for it? Because I'm down to roll for it. Because Jack's going to try.
I would just be careful because if you fail this roll, you'll still get the Were-Guild, but it'll come from somewhere.
Got it. What is the roll? Sorry, my app just reloaded.
Dexterity plus larceny.
Okay.
I really want to steal something from his shop, but I know that's a bad idea. Even Ruby knows that's a bad idea.
It's a real quick way to get the huntsman called on you.
I kind of want it.
2 successes.
Okay, you pull out a handful of Were-Guild, like just because you have no idea of its worth.
How much?
Two goblin fruits I could do for that price.
I think we just wanted one.
Make it 4 goblin fruits.
Oh, of course, 4. That's fine. Yes, 4.
Leaning over to Owen, we can put the rest back. We don't have to spend all of it.
Where did you get that from?
It was in my pocket.
I would be more comfortable if you left it all here.
Okay.
I think Owen just said 8 of the fruits.
8?
8 seems a little extreme. I mean, 4 is what we agreed upon. That was agreed. We agreed.
Oh, well, it's my gold.
That's true. I can't make any deals based on his gold.
There were more people offering this, right? We could go back.
So many.
8 is fine. We could do 8. 8. I have 8. One of them is a purple one. Is that all right? I know most autumn fae don't like the taste of the purple one.
That's fine. It's an acquired taste.
I'll hold it out. I can't make pacts with these people, can I?
Oh no, you can.
Oh.
It's just I don't know what aspect of his life you're gonna mesh into your normal life as he lives completely in fairy, but
can I give you this and an ex-wife?
What?
Can I give you this and an ex-wife?
Sure.
Okay. I'll drop it in his hands. Cal no longer has an ex-wife.
He produces a basket of, to be fair, some of the nicest looking goblin fruit you've seen, except for that one purple one that is disgusting to you. I mean, that's fucking spring shit right there.
I whispered
Summer's close to spring.
What is goblin fruit?
It's a fae thing. It gives me things. Just please promise me none of you will touch any of this. It wouldn't go very well.
I was going to ask, so I appreciate the clarification.
Thanks for telling, because
Are you going to eat the purple one?
Yes, it'll be the last one I eat, though.
Why torture yourself? Why not eat that one first?
Get it out of the way.
That's a good point.
Spoonful of sugar.
If you guys could move along, I need to close up shop. My ex-wife is... And you guys turn, and there's like a woman in like a 3-piece business suit, completely human, just kind of casually strolling through the Goblin Market on her cell phone, going, "Yeah, I think I'm in a Ren fair or something."
This goblin has got answers. He knows where you are.
Weaselvax, what the hell are you doing here? She closes her phone and starts screaming at him about alimony.
Talking to myself.
Girl.
What the hell was that? Follow them out.
So there's a list of goblin fruit in the book. So I don't know which ones you gave me. I mean, it doesn't need to be right now, but
yeah, we'll get into it because it's actually 8:07, so I was gonna call it for the night anyway. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Weird episode, but I think all in all, we'll come up with a tagline eventually.
Eventually.